This is the new Fisher Blades Beckwith Covert Unicorn Edition. This came out in December of 2024. It is now January of 2025, and I wanted to show this off. We've had the Fisher brothers on the show to talk about this knife and others a couple of times. Last time they came on in December, we talked about this Unicorn Edition in particular, but I realized I hadn't shown it off close up with the others. This is my full family of Fisher Blades Beckwith Covert knives. You're asking, what's a unicorn? Why is there a unicorn on there? What does that mean? Well, these guys do their knives in batches. This is batch number 6, and that's 19 out of 100, so they're all numbered too. They make 100 of these, and their batches are usually of a more tactical nature in terms of look. But they've been putting out unicorn editions, and if you haven't guessed by now, that means it's got a special blade coating, a special coloration, and it's just sort of a fun and special way to commemorate a new batch. So this is the second unicorn edition. I'll show you all my other ones, all my other knives, including the other unicorn edition in a second. But I unboxed this and was kind of floored by it. I thought it was the perfect knife and coloration for the holiday season. This is when this came out, as I mentioned, in December, and that gold Cerakote is beautiful next to the black liner and the red handle. It just reminded me of our Christmas tree, basically. I had just put up our Christmas tree when this arrived, and had put all of the different decorations on it and everything, and my wife goes nuts with the decorations around here. And I thought this knife just fits right in with that. And I think it's a really cool way to just sort of put punctuation in a sort of ongoing line of knives. With each batch, they might make little tweaks here and there. That's the whole point of a batch production. They make a certain amount of knives each batch, and then if they decide they want to change something, tweak something, in between batches, they can do that without having to turn a giant ship, without having to sell 1 million units before they can make changes. And I like that. I appreciate that, and I'm sure most knife folk do. If you don't know, the Beckwith Covert is an EDD. It's not such an EDC, it's an EDD. EDD means everyday defense, meaning this is a knife that you carry in your pocket. This is the sheath. It drops down in the pocket and clips with this discrete carry concepts clip to the seam of your pocket, and then the knife rests down in the pocket, and all that sticks out is about that much of the handle. I'm going to put this down and show you with a different knife because I'm trying to keep this one pristine. I don't want to scrape off any of the Cerakote or anything like that, so I'm going to show you with my standard Beckwith Covert. This is the one that they pretty much always have available, assuming that they've just done a batch. This is batch number 1 and 44. They asked me what number I like when I ordered this one, and 44 has always been my lucky number. And this is the one I've carried by far the most. I've had it the longest. I don't carry my 2 unicorn editions. I'll show you this one in a minute. I know they're meant to be carried, but I just want to keep those pristine. But the whole point of this knife is everyday defense. It's an easy in-the-pocket fixed blade carry knife. And yes, it is excellent for all your EDC tasks. If you're wondering, it's great at opening boxes. It's great at cutting the thread off of your collar. It's awesome at cutting string and paracord, and even a sandwich now and again if you have to. But really, it's supposed to be in the pocket for that last-ditch defensive effort. And if you have any doubt as to the defensive value of this knife, well, let me put your doubts to rest. There is a great video that Chaz Fisher just put on their channel, on Fisher Blades channel, where you can see them using, you can see him using this knife in, what do we want to call it? Organic testing, organic medium testing. And that's just a fancy way of saying a pig. They have a pig hanging from a rope. Of course, the pig is dead and the pig gets eaten later. But to test knives, I'm sure you've seen Forged in Fire, pigs are kind of the best thing because their flesh mimics that of humans, I'm told. I don't know personally. I haven't done this kind of testing, though I'd be interested in it. I wouldn't take it lightly, but I would be interested in trying sometime. But he demonstrates cutting, deep sort of pressure cutting, stabbing, and this sort of reverse grip, pickall, pull cutting in the pig, and this thing is amazing. It not only does it pierce incredibly and just enter the beast without any difficulty, but the angle of the downward angle of that straight edge and this secondary edge, I think they call this the tanto intersection. I think that's what they call it. But that area is extremely effective in stabbing, cutting, and all of that. And they then put a biker jacket, a leather biker jacket on the pig and do all the same stuff. And it's like it's not even there. It's like a secondary layer of skin. It goes through so easily. And, you know, heaven forbid you ever need to use a knife like this or any knife in self-defense. But if you did and you had this, rest assured it would do a pretty damn awesome job. I'm going to show you probably my favorite version. I can't say that. But this next one is one that I really love. This is in FDE, Flat Dark Earth. And you've got this really nice gray-green liner material. And it's just, again, a very handsome color combination that I really love. This one has gotten a lot of carry since they sent this to me. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. This thing is wicked cool. But let me show you some of the design features of this. You have this arced handle and the thumb ramp there. And with the saber grip like this, with the thumb engaging that thumb ramp, you'll notice that this straight edge here, the primary edge, is set at a sort of downward angle. So as you're cutting into, as you're sort of deep cutting, I know that they kind of take exception to the term slash, because slash implies a shallowness of cut. And I don't think you're doing much shallow cutting with this, but for lack of a better term at the moment, as you're slashing or bringing your knife in this direction against a target, that downward straight angle really traps material in the triangle that's created when you put a straight line across the handle, almost like a recurve. That's what I keep kind of harping on when I look at this. It's almost as if there's a recurve there, even though it's a straight blade, because of that downward angle of the blade and the primary edge. And then you have this secondary point here, the tanto intersection, that is a great place to, I like that, and on this knife and on others, like say the Recon 1 or something like that, when you use it percussively, you can make a very deep cut in something. I'm not going to do it, but here, let's see if I can do it on this paper. Sencut won't mind if I do this. Let's see. I'm just going to tap it like a drumstick. And you can see right there, it made a pretty deep cut just from tapping that secondary edge. And, oh, look at how, I mean, you know. So it really made contact right here at the crest of this curve here and broke all the way through. I love an American tanto for that reason. I love that part of the blade because if you use it, again, percussively against a forehead, I would imagine it would leak blood into the eyes. This is information I got from Lynn Thompson. And you know, blind your opponent potentially. But if you're hitting a softer target than say that, it's just going to bring the whole knife deep in, almost like you're stabbing, like you're thrusting, except your knife is this wide and that's your point. And then you have the point up here, which is quite acute. And these are both flat ground bevels, by the way. So very acute, but backed up by almost the full thickness of the blade. You got a bit of a swedge there. So you get incredible effortless penetration with this. And then when you look at the handle, You've got this awesome hooked pommel. They call this a quillion. A quillion is a knife guard, basically. That's a quillion right there as well. When you see a cross guard, those two pieces that extend on either side, those are called quillions. And so this is a quillioned pommel. You've got jimping under here where it counts for grabbing it out of the pocket. Now, the way Chaz Fisher, it's Chaz and John Fisher. They're the brothers Fisher of the Fisher Blades. And this is Chaz's design. And when he designed this hook here, it's intended to sit in the pocket like this. Pretend you're looking down, and this is your right pocket. You can use your middle finger here or your pinky to hook onto that to draw, so that when you have the knife in hand, it's already in a natural position. You don't have to pull it out and reorient or re-grip. It's just there because of that quillion. So you reach down, your pocket seam is there. You reach down and just hook it, and boom. You've got it in hand exactly the way you need it. Now, I like to carry this. Well, they gave me a left-handed sheath, so I like to carry it like this in my pocket, and I can grab it like this in reverse. And then I realized, wait a second, I don't really need that. I can have this with the standard right-hand sheath in my pocket, and I can grab it using the web of my thumb, and then I have it in this awesome Pikal grip. And that's my favorite way to reverse grip a knife anyway. I'm not into that slashing forward so much. You have zero range when you do that, unless you have a very large knife and the knife and the angle from the handle is extreme, like say a kukri. So in my book, in my opinion, a reverse grip is best, especially on a small knife like this, in that Pikal grip. And this quillion here is perfect for catching on the web of the thumb and removing it. How do I know that? I've practiced with this practice knife here. You can get a practice, aluminum trainer from them. And I would say it's worth its weight in gold, because, man, you don't want to make a mistake using one of these. You could really hurt yourself quite badly. Just look at that pig video to see what can happen. This comes with a storage sheath, and so if you're practicing, you can always put this knife in there, set it aside so no one gets cut, and then use this in the regular sheath. Fits perfectly, and you can do all the practice you want. I'm going to switch this up, and then I'm going to show you that unicorn edition, and then I will wonder what the next unicorn edition will look like. I love the uniqueness of the colorations. This is not a unicorn edition. It's just an FTV, flat dark, FDE version of it. But this one here, this is the first unicorn batch they put out in that beautiful gunmetal gray, or storm cloud blue, as I like to call it dramatically. And you have those white liners with the black, just beautiful. Beautiful. And the same thing, I have carried this a bit, and I put a little scratch on there, and I was, so I'm going to leave this one pristine, and these two get the carry. And these two are for the museum, the Bob DeMarco Museum of Cutlery. And I have a feeling I somehow switched out the sheaths accidentally. I believe this is the sheath that goes to that. This one looks less molested. All right. So this is the Beckwith Covert, and as I wrap here, I'm going to just show you these two gorgeous unicorn editions. You have the December 2025, which is the batch 6, and then you have the first unicorn batch, which was their second batch. And I don't remember when this one came out, but perfect for the holidays and perfect for a black tie affair. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.